Hey guys, Randy here with Next Home Treasure Valley. The video that I'm going to play here after this is with my good friend Lisa Florenzen. I know her as Lisa Ramos. We actually worked together on a film going on 10 years ago, like it was a while ago. Anyways, we did an interview right before COVID-19 happened. The whole coronavirus thing, and I didn't release the video at that time. It was more of an interview, and you'll see the video only lasts for a few minutes, and then we lose feed, but the audio continues on, and the audio is really good. You kind of get to know her and what she does, and well, hopefully you enjoy it. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and play it now. Here's Lisa Florenzen and my interview from, I want to say it was March, mid-March, somewhere in there. All right, thanks. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So, hello.
Hi.
So we're here. I don't know if I should introduce you like that or...
However you want.
How did I do with Eddie? I don't even know.
I don't even remember.
So I'm here with a very interesting person. This is Lisa Florenzen. I know you as Lisa Ramos.
Right.
We met, we actually did a film together years ago called Gray Area.
A few films, actually.
A few films, yeah. We did a feature length and a couple of short films.
Yes.
The feature length was Gray Area, and then we did a short film called Sweetie and...
Await.
Await. Which, ironically, you played a lawyer in both. I don't know.
I did.
Didn't you? I was a lawyer, right?
Wait, Sweetie, I was a hair cutter.
In Sweetie, but in Await.
In Gray Area, I was a lawyer.
And in
Await,
yeah,
I was a lawyer. Yep.
I actually love your part in Sweetie. I don't know, I'll put a clip up or something. Just the look on your face at the end, and spoilers, I know, but when you realize what's going on, I won't go too much into spoiling. Like, it just looks so great in the mirror, and I don't know, you just did such a great job.
I appreciate that.
And then the final, before that, with you and Steven, just the emotions that was going through you. And
yeah, he was so great to work with, just really good to work off with. Yeah. As a matter of fact, he was actually a PE coach or something like that in CUNA.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So he's not in Mountain Home anymore?
I'm not even sure. He might have been commuting, but when my son was in high school, and that was only a couple years ago, he was actually one of the activity guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I saw him there, and I don't think he remembered me, but
right. He would have. He had to.
He didn't really remember me, but that's okay because that was quite a while ago.
You should have said something because he would have. He would have. He had to. I mean, how many films has he been in?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Good films.
Good films, yeah. Well, he actually was in another one that me and Kim had done, Kim Kovac. It was a horror film festival one.
Oh, nice.
That he played a real small part in also.
Very cool.
So we kind of made the rounds with that. So let us know kind of who you are and what you're up to. And
yeah, well, like Randy said, we met years ago doing film. And, I've always been working with small business for the last 25, 30 years in one way or another, either here in Idaho or in California where I was from. And
you're one of them.
Yeah, I was one of them. But I've been here 20 years now almost. And so anyhow, in one way or another, I've been helping small business, marketing or staffing or administration. So when I came out here, I had to reinvent myself, basically, because I left everything I knew pretty much behind in California, and I came out here and reinvented myself and picked up the copywriting business again and such like that. And anyhow, I was always interested in film and that creative area, and that's how I met you and Kim. And since then, I've just really been focusing on getting small business to grow and flourish, and really helping the little guy out in whatever manner I can.
And you have an app that you are...
Yeah, actually, talking about startups.
Right.
In October, I was approached by somebody on LinkedIn. And you're just recently getting on LinkedIn.
Very recently.
Yeah.
Well, I've been on it for years. I just got back into it like today.
Okay. Well, that's good. Today is a good start. So he hit me up in October, and I was on my way out of the country on a conference, and I had to put him off, but we picked up the conversation in November and basically signed on with him in December as his first consulting partner in the state of Idaho to work this app out. And I'm super elated and honored because this guy is the epitome of small business. He's out of New Jersey. He's bootstrapped this entire company with $1 million of his own money. He's been a solopreneur for a majority of it. He has, basically a skeleton crew, of people operating this. One guy who's doing his IT who hasn't gotten paid in 2 years because he believes so heavily in the app. So, this app is really... I'm excited to be a part of it. It's really going to change social selling. It's really the world's first social selling app, and it's really going to put small business at the forefront of getting rid of, I hate to say it, but, getting rid of Valpak, direct mailers, print ads. If people are spending money on those types of things and they're not getting a return, then this is the app for them.
So what I kind of know, I was telling you, it kind of reminded me of...
you said Thumbtack?
Thumbtack. So it doesn't remind me of it at all. But it reminded me in the way that it's so much better than Thumbtack. And I'm not saying that just because it's you. And I want you to kind of explain more on it. But on Thumbtack, and I know I have fellow filmmaker freelancers that would be interested, is you have to actually pay... just to bid, like if someone is looking for a plumber or whatever, but in this case we're going to say a filmmaker for a wedding.
Sure.
So they have to pay for bids, and then when they send that bid, there's no guarantee at all.
Right.
They just have the option to bid on that job by paying for those bids. I know I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it, but a long story short is a lot of people put a lot of money into tire kickers that are never going to, actually get... The wedding's probably just in their mind, not even a real wedding.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And they're just looking ahead. They're playing dress-up, if you will. So with yours, that's different, though. You guys come from a totally different direction.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, there's no charge for a business to get on the app. Which
is huge.
Yeah, no charge for the business to get on the app whatsoever. So no upfront costs, I should say, because really it's about them getting new business in the door, right? So once you get new business in the door, then we'll deal with all that stuff later. But you download the app, you create your profile, you get your hours on there, you get your, pictures, you get what you do, and then you create coupons around that. But the only way that, unlike places like Yelp, and some Google, I think Google My Business and stuff, you have to rate them. You have to provide a 1-star or 2-star or something of that nature.
Right.
And I've heard from a lot of people that some of those reviews are false. Some of those reviews have been made up by the owners or people that the owners pay to do things of that nature. That's the rumor. But with this app, you, the business owner, have to invite people who already love you.
Right.
So you invite them to write a referral on you, not based on any stars. They already love your service. And when they do send that referral back to you, because who wouldn't, how many people do word-of-mouth business already and don't offer anything to the people who are giving them the business?
Or don't know where to offer.
Or don't know where or how, or they just give them a handshake, or here's a, maybe a $5 card. This particular app now allows you, the business owner, to send an invitation out via text or email to the people that already love you. They, of course, are going to say good things about you because they love your service or your product. They send that back in. That gets attached to a coupon. And now, not only through the company that holds the app, but through the small business and the referral, that coupon now gets sent out to an entire social network of people. And if somebody else who sees that app from your referral decides to do business, now that business gets a new customer, and that referral gets paid.
Right.
And nobody pays a dime for that
So
until the new business comes in.
So the person who referred the business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
sorry, I just get upset about
yeah,
that.
It's okay. Why?
There was a cloud out here when we started.
I'm sorry. I
No,
was
you're
loaning you
fine.
my glasses, but
No, you're good. You're good. I actually brought some.
Yeah, I mean, it's really revolutionary in the fact that it really is embracing a cycle of small business using their word of mouth, and those people who love you already are sending that out, and then that goes back to the business, which then pays for the service once they acquire new business.
Right, and we'll put a link to where people can go. But so what's the name of the app?
It's called RelyCircle.
RelyCircle.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be found in the App Store, actually.
Absolutely.
I know the Android one. I didn't go to the App
Google
one.
Play, and I believe the iStore, iTunes Store.
And actually, it's interesting you were talking about paid likes, if you will, or referrals, because like I've seen on Fiverr where you can actually hire someone to go and like your deal. And I think Amazon actually did a deal where you have to be confirmed as a buyer now, because it was so rampant that you can just launch a product, hire a bunch of people to go like your stuff.
Absolutely.
And then it did a false thing on the, what do you call it, the algorithm for the products.
Interesting.
And stuff like that.
You say that because I was doing product reviews for a client and book reviews for a client. And they were going, I did it for years on Amazon. And now, because of that, Amazon said, hey, you haven't made any purchases or whatever lately, and you're not a verified reviewer anymore. And I'm thinking, what? You know?
Yeah.
These are products that were sent to me, books were sent to me, you know, and based on, you know, I mean, I got remuneration either in the book or the free product. I mean, you got to have a product to review it, right? So I find it very interesting that that's happened now, and it makes me even happier to be a part of RelyCircle because of the fact that you can't do that.
Right.
You can't falsify. You have to, in order to review, I mean, to refer a company, you have to be invited. You can't just hop on and just create crap.
So if someone, though, in turn, and I'm asking this as a rule, if someone in turn was to invite just a bunch of people that doesn't, like, what's to stop this from happening with the RelyCircle? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and that's a great question. Well, like I said, only the business can go and invite someone to make a referral about them. Okay. That's it. Only the business. So people can't, you can download the app, but in order to use the app, you either have to be a business that's going to get in the app, or you're a sales partner that's going to get businesses on the app.
So and if you're invited, you invited me, and actually it is something I'm more than likely going to go and do. You sent me the paperwork already and all that. And I refer someone. Sorry, I get lost in the details. So
it's okay. You want to be on the app.
Like I have fellow filmmakers.
Well, you set yourself up as a fellow filmmaker first.
Or filmmaker, and I do real estate also.
Right. So you set your businesses up, whichever one you like.
Right.
Both. So you become the hub, and then each business goes out and sends to your. I know you have existing people who love you. I'm one of them.
Well,
so
I hope they love me.
You send that out. Right. You send those invitations out. Now, the person you sold the house with will send good words back.
Right.
And the people that you've done work for in the videography side, they will send. And so now, those two businesses have people who have sent in referrals, and now you can create a coupon or a promotion or a digital coupon that says, hey, anybody who, you know, on the videography side, anybody who books with me and spends $500 or more, you get $50 off your service. And now that referral maybe you attach a $25 or $30 cost to that referral.
So if you have 20 people underneath you that's referred your business, and someone uses the coupon to buy your service, how does it go to one referral, or does it go to all of them? Or
actually, a QR code is issued to the referral that comes back.
Okay.
Okay, so each person that refers you
Oh,
has
so
a QR
they're
code.
handing out the coupons themselves.
Well, yeah, it's a digital one.
Okay.
So they're sending that digital coupon saying, hey, this is an
Where are
amazing
they sending it?
business. They can send it out on their Facebook. They can do whatever, but RelyCircle is also sending it out on Facebook and Google and on social networks.
Okay.
On behalf of the business. That's why the
Right.
business doesn't pay for anything. But say, I love your service. I'm going to write something on you. You're going to attach now a promotion to that. And I'm like, oh, cool. I can make $25 if I send this out.
Right.
So then you take the coupon. You can send it out to whoever you want. RelyCircle is going to take the coupon out and send information out about your business. And now the third channel is now your referral. Says, well, shoot, I know I can get like 10 people to buy this thing. And that's like
Right.
$250. Why wouldn't I try doing that? So they go and send that coupon out.
So someone in a way could actually kind of make a business out of just referring.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If they have that big of a network, they love your service already, then that coupon is sent out, and they're also invited. You know, they're also invited to redeem the coupon and send their business. And those monies are also saved in the app. So any business that's in the app, you use that the referral dollars, we call them, just like regular money on the app. And shortly, we're also going to have a way for you to transfer that money into your account, just like PayPal.
Okay. So right now, it's not transferable.
Coming in the next, I'm going to say 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that would be kind of an important part of the...
Yes.
But it's probably a good time to get on. I mean, I'm guessing, right? Like, while it's still
The company,
its infancy.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're just literally maybe 6 months into a launch, maybe.
Okay. Well, cool. So that's one of the things you got going on.
I do. That's one of the things I got going on. Yeah.
So anything else that you kind of wanted people maybe to know about?
Yeah, my focus is really just helping those mom and pop stores thrive. You know, to really say, what are you doing? Where are you spending your money on? Is it working?
And you're in Parma right now, right?
I'm in Payette.
Payette.
Yeah, it's all the same.
There's more than one P.
Yeah, Parma, Payette. So I'm in Boise a lot. I talk with businesses all over the nation, and really the focus is to get them to the point where they're sustainable. Get them to the point where they're not spending any more money on advertising or marketing, and tweaking what they have at present.
So get to the point where they're not spending any more money on marketing. So how are you trying to do that?
Well, for example, I have a wellness studio that I've been coaching for a while and helping her with her marketing. And she told me that she spent her entire marketing budget. And again, for a small business, it could be just $1,500 or whatever, or there may be no marketing budget.
Right.
But she told me that she spent her entire marketing budget for like 6 months to a year on a text app that somebody came in and schmoozed her and said it was going to be amazing. And she got that text app, and it did nothing for her.
Right.
And so I said, well, what happened? You know, how long do you have it for? And she's like, well, it was for a year and what have you, whatever the time frame was. I said, well, what was your return on investment? She said 0.
Right.
And I thought, you could have not spent a dime with me at first, and I sure as heck would have found you way more for that, for less than that. I mean, because I don't charge anybody until I find them business. So, excuse me, with that said, it kind of pains me to hear stories like that, because these are people that are passionate about their small business. They took a leap of faith to make their small business. They're also entrusting, flashy tools and services and things like that are just not delivering.
So what about so even like Facebook marketing and stuff like that, you're not a believer in? Or?
I'm a believer in Facebook marketing. It works for some people. It doesn't work for everybody, but it works for some people. And I think things like, Google Ads might work. But for me, it's like, what are we doing now, and how can we make that better without you spending another dime on something else?
So what are you just recommend social media type stuff?
I do recommend social media. I also recommend, people taking a look at their messages.
RelyCircle, of course.
Yeah, what are you saying on your website? I mean, you probably know this. Everybody on the planet says they're great, they're good, they've been around, they are bonded, they're licensed. Call me. call me,
right.
call me. You know, that's all you hear is people saying, call me.
Right.
But are you really addressing the pain points of of your customer? You know, you're telling your customer how great you are, but you're not really listening to your customer's pain points.
Well, because your goal is to sell.
Well, is it?
Right.
Yeah,
well, I know what I'm saying.
exactly.
Like, that's what gets in our minds, and I've been guilty of it myself. You know, that's your only goal. It's not about informing or whatever. It's more about just what I can sell to you.
And I like the way that you just said that, because the goal should be about you establishing yourself as the preeminent go-to person and informing them. So
right.
instead of saying, call me, schedule an appointment, give them something that shows you're the informed person, you're the informed professional. Put a report on there. Put a video on there giving them, 5 free tips of why you should, fire your next
right.
real estate guy if they don't do XYZ. I mean, show them why you're the person, not telling them to call you. Every website I've taken a look at a lot of them,
right.
Every website asks you to call me. Every website I've seen says, I'm good, I'm great, I'm responsible, I'm friendly, I've been around for 20 years. So what?
Right.
You would hope that any business was friendly. You would hope that a contractor was licensed
right.
and bonded and insured already. Why do we need to hear about that? How about you show me how you can help me? Show me some before and after pictures. Get a testimonial on your website about somebody who you just saved thousands of dollars from going the wrong way in whatever transaction.
Right.
Prove it to me that you're the eminent professional in your industry without having me wanting to call you immediately. I think that every website I see says that.
Right. So then you just go and you consult these businesses.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just, what's your pain point? What's your client's pain point?
Right.
That they've called 5 contractors and not one of them called them back.
Sorry, we got trash talk
We
coming
got
in.
trash talk. Gary V's coming in just a minute.
So,
hey, it's a podcast. Can you edit that out?
Oh, I'm sure we can. I don't know what it. So you do consulting all over the Boise area.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. What I do. I just try to make. the trash talk quiet.
Well, sometimes they want you to know what they do. So. What better advertisement?
Absolutely. Well, and speaking of advertising, I mean, there are people who don't want to they don't want to let go of the phone book. They don't want to let go of, direct mail coupons. And that's great. If it works for you and you're getting business that way, that's great. Keep your coupons.
Yeah. Well, so we used to have a video production, a non-movie making, like a commercial one in Mountain Home. And a lot of the stuff that we would get is, we've relied on word of mouth since we've been open, that's all we want. Okay, what do you do? That's fine. Nothing I can do about it. The best was, we'll do advertisements once we start making the money. So it's like they want to put the cart before the horse or whatever the term is, So I get it, And I understand their mindset, why they want it,
Sure.
I'm strapped, dude. I don't want to put money into it. So someone like you, though, can show them how they could promote their business without putting a ton of money out there.
Absolutely. And I don't know how those print coupons work anymore. I can tell you that personally as a consumer. I can't tell you how many coupons I've saved out of a mailer thinking that I was going to remember to bring them with me.
Right.
And I don't have them. And I missed out on savings and deals and all that stuff. But if you have them on your phone, and who doesn't have a phone, it seems like nowadays?
Well, right, exactly.
The coupons are there. You, as a referral person, you can make money. As a business, you can get the word out. I mean, if you're not on a digital coupon, then you're I hate to say it, you must be killing it in the mail order business, with your regular print coupons, or you're just going to be left behind.
Someone must still be doing it, because I sure get a lot of junk mail.
I do. I do too. And
I don't read it, but I get a lot.
Those are the businesses I talk to. How is that print coupon working for you?
Right. And what kind of responses do you get? Honestly.
It just depends on the service. Some people with their, pizza coupons, they do well. Some people don't.
Right.
I can honestly tell you that I'm not looking in the phone book for my next contractor, and yet there are people still putting, I don't know how many hundreds or thousands of dollars of money, revenue, into a print phone book ad.
Right.
Again, it's a demographic thing. Some people still love the phone book. It's depending on the demographic you're at, but the world is digital. So why wouldn't you embrace that?
Right.
If you're a small business starting out and you don't embrace digital stuff, digital coupons or things of that nature, you must be killing it some other way.
Right.
You need to be on the show.
Yeah, there you go. So you don't actually go with them and make the stuff with them. You just kind of let them know the kind of stuff that they're needing to do, or
as far as what?
Whatever you're consulting. If you're saying, well, you need to do this on your website, whatever, you're just kind of directing them.
I am, and I will do that for them. Right. There are some things I will do for the client, but you can only, handhold somebody for so long.
Right.
My purpose is to, hopefully have a client that's coachable and willing to be, guided and will be open to that guidance. There are some people who are not, and I give them the tools, and then if you need me, come find me.
Right.
But there's a lot of other businesses out there that do need help. And granted, Idaho is a busy space, especially in the Boise market. There's a lot of businesses that I hear that, I don't need you. We're doing great without advertising, and that's great. That is wonderful. But there's going to be a time where things shift, and they're not going to be top dog, and they're going to have to go back to advertising and marketing and doing the things working, on their business instead of in their business.
So if someone is watching this and they're wanting maybe your services, or, how would they get a hold of you, or is that not something you...
Yeah, sure. They're welcome to get a hold of me. They can call me. I'm online. They can go to kabomcoachingacademy.com, and that's KABOMB, coachingacademy.com, and they're welcome to give me a call to just say hi, and I saw you on Randy's show, and I don't know, we could put up the number later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I just...
We can do it right now.
Yeah, okay.
And now.
208-391-5058.
There you go. Now
it's with the pretty graphics on there. But yeah, that's really what I'm about. Amazon started, basically Jeff Bezos in a one-room thing with millions of wires on computers and stuff. There's Amazon's waiting to happen all over the place. Maybe that's not a good analogy for some people who want to stay small, but everybody started somewhere, and that's why I'm here to help them. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go?
Hey, Lisa.
Oh,
look at this.
Hey, we have another guest.
This is another guest. Oh my gosh.
How are you?
Kathy, how are you? Say hello on the camera. We're doing a podcast right
goodness.
now. So Kathy is a friend who owns an establishment in Payette. She owns Thurston's Bar in Payette. And actually, this is so great.
Yeah.
Because Kathy's going to be, sponsoring some of my events over there.
Okay.
Yeah, with a venue. So, oh my gosh, what are you doing here? Can we talk about that?
Oh, yeah, pull the seat if you want.
What are we doing here?
I can't say. I was making a purchase from Craigslist.
Nice.
So you have to meet in a public place.
Oh, no, perfect.
Yeah.
Smart. Good for you.
I'm
so
into
safe.
the look for less. So I bought a Pottery Barn lampshade.
Oh, nice.
And I had one just like it at home. So
you know what? I do that too. I meet in public places on Craigslist. Just be smart, people.
Oh,
I meet
absolutely.
in public places on Craigslist and get deals too. Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
It is so nice to see you.
Cool. Well, you guys carry
Yes,
on.
come
huh?
to Thurston's Bar in Payette. We'll come and see
Very nice
us.
to meet you. I'm Randy, by the way.
That's Randy. I'm sorry.
No, nice to meet you too.
Thanks, Kathy.
And that was
See you
Kathy's
soon.
hand. You just saw it.
Yeah, I mean, these are an example of small businesses that I support in Payette, and that support me back. So,
So,
perfect example.
how did? Yeah, exactly.
That wasn't planned, I promise.
Yeah. So, I was like, you got a fan. So Payette, you moved there.
I have.
Recently.
I moved out of Cuna and sold a house about 6 months ago and moved back to the little town of Payette, which is a lot like how Cuna was back in the day. Little small town, sleepy town. Nothing was happening in Cuna, and now it's everybody loves Cuna. So I moved to Payette to kind of just start over.
They chased you out, huh?
Yeah, they did. And I moved to
Which is ironic
Payette.
because you want to make it grow. Like
I do.
Your goal.
Which is
that what
ironic.
happened in Cuna? Did you go in?
No, I'd like to say that it was part of my. No, actually, just the influx of people moving into the state of Idaho, that flourished. Cuna at the time was a lot cheaper than Boise or Meridian or other places to move, and so Payette just. There's a lot of growth happening there too, and but it's a slower pace. A lot of more agriculture, a lot more mom and pops are big there. Like that's what that economy is based on, small business.
And you're wanting to help that out.
I do absolutely want to help that out. If that's what if people want to go there and start a business, if people are there and don't know what to do, I've got connections there that can help them. Funding connections, marketing connections, small business development connections. I just met with one this morning. Right. So, it's all about. It's not about what you know. It's about who you know, right?
Right. Definitely. So you said you've been working in Payette.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have like a goal that you're looking for it, or just?
That's a great question. Actually, meeting with Kamo today. She's out there, the executive director of small business consulting association out there too. It's all really about enticing good companies to come out there and provide growth and jobs and things of that nature. And we all know that as soon as a small company becomes bigger, it becomes a socio-economical thing where you got to now, feed those people at lunch.
Right.
So we need food trucks and small restaurants,
right.
and
Growth
those people have to get gas.
Growth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Growth begets growth.
Yeah.
And that's really what we want to see out there in in that part of Idaho and Washington and Oregon.
Right.
So.
Kind of reminds me of Mountain Home there, the industrial park. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Yeah.
The railroad spur from the military base. I guess that's opening up, and I just saw another article that's like all a go now. Like it's definitely happening. So
Mountain Home is. Seen some amazing growth out there too.
And I think it's just going to get bigger. I want to say it's the Blackfoot tribe or the Bannock. That's the same, right?
Don't ask me.
Yeah, I don't know. And I apologize if you're watching.
I'm Native American Challenge, so I'm sorry.
So they bought a lot of property behind the Auto Ranch.
Okay.
And there was a lot of rumors going around that they were going to be opening a casino there. But from what I've read, and maybe they still are, I think that would still be huge too, but there was a lot of people upset about that also, But from what I've read, it's really more of an investment area. They know the growth in Boise right now is huge, and I think is it's got to go somewhere.
Absolutely.
We're already kind of capping out on the way up to Oregon, so it's probably going to go east. I don't know. I'm sure it can go north or south, but you got the mountains north, kind of,
Right.
And right. I'm not real familiar with what's south of here, but,
Yeah, I think Melba's experienced Cuna, Melba.
Right.
those areas out there have experienced amazing growth. I don't know what's really past there, other than Murphy, Silver City, but Silver City's only open in the spring. Great place to go if you've never been to Silver. Oh, you need to go. Silver City's amazing. Lots of history there. Beautiful little town. Literally in the winter, it's rumored that only one person operates that entire town for the winter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the rumor. So.
And there goes Bob.
That's right. On the plow.
On the plow.
On the snow plow.
That was on the tractor.
That's right. But yeah, I mean, you're right. As the Treasure Valley becomes more saturated with people, and those people bring in their ideas and start businesses or bring their businesses here, that growth is just going to keep, Middleton, Star, those little towns are now not so little. They're still small, but, and then you've got your Parmas and your Homedales and your Wilders and your Payettes right before you get to Oregon, and then you've got, basically past Boise, there's nothing except for you.
No, yeah. Well, they had there's an off-ramp there, of course, that stays up, and then Blacks Creek. So there's a few exits, but there's nothing there for those exits. And then I was kind of shocked that they didn't put an off-ramp and an on-ramp right there by Tippenook. I don't know if you're familiar. It's basically like 10, 15 miles before you get to Mount Hope.
Okay.
If you're ever driving that way, you'll see an overpass.
Okay.
And you'll see houses on the left side of you.
Yeah.
Not a lot, just a little.
Yeah.
So my thought is eventually that's all going to be full up. And,
and
they're not going to want to see it. I know that. A lot of people won't.
Sure.
Some people will,
Sure.
But I think it's inevitable that eventually.
Well, I think, and I hope I can speak, as a small business, the growth is good as long as it's managed well. I mean, growth like you said, growth begets growth. More houses means more jobs, means more hungry people, means more power, means more lines, and it just kind of trickles. It is inevitable. I mean, I can't stop the growth, and you might as well just embrace it.
There's a lot of people that want to, but I understand.
Or they'll move,
I'm on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's embrace it. And I don't know.
I came here for reasons that a lot of people are here for, and that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, so, I can't say to someone, don't come here, because I know how great it is.
Right.
And I know how valuable it is to have a good place and a safe place to raise your children. But at the same time, I understand that growth also comes with problems, right? So you've got more traffic, and you've got increased cost of living, increased cost of housing, and sometimes things don't always keep up with it.
Right. Well, now is my hope is like with the traffic is widen everything now. Like while there's not a lot of vehicles out there, let's make it a 5-lane highway. I don't know, like really get it going. Like, I thought that with Boise before the growth. I always thought, why didn't they really expand it, like...
Early on.
Yeah, early on.
Right.
But really expand it, not just a lane or two, but, like, really make it for the city that it'll probably end up being.
Absolutely.
And just be prepared ahead of time.
I think they're trying to catch up with that in Nampa, with the expansion there, but... That totally makes sense to me because I remember when there was no big freeway here.
Right.
And I often thought to myself, yeah, I do. I thought to myself, up until about 3 years ago, I went, it's nuts. Like it's going to be nuts.
Right.
3-4 years ago, and now it,
now
it's happened.
There,
yeah.
For the record, I'm not an expert by any means, though. I don't know.
Only because I've just seen it with my eyes, and
that's just where I'm at too.
Yeah, that's it.
And I am one of those Southern Californians, and I've seen how the traffic can be. Like I hear people complaining here now. I'm like, oh, you don't even know.
Yeah.
Not even close to it yet.
Not close.
Yeah. But it could be. Like if it keeps growing,
sure,
and we don't take care of it,
absolutely,
it could be scary.
It could be scary. And really, and ironically that you say that too, is that even though growth here is amazing for, a good small business. If you've got the good infrastructure, good management, you're good with your money, there's still businesses that close here. And I have to ask myself, how does that happen? Like, why?
Yeah.
And I wish, if there's a business out there that's struggling and, you don't understand it either, call me.
Yeah.
You know, I'll take a look at what you're doing, because I don't understand how a business could close, you know, except for, you know, bad management, bad, you know, financial management, and just your marketing.
I think a lot of it also is, and I say this in the nicest way, but naivety,
Sure.
or naivete, whatever, to how to get their business out there. Like, you know, a lot of people are under the idea that if they open it up, people will just come.
Right.
And that doesn't necessarily happen.
That does not happen.
And I've had many failed businesses, so...
I have too.
Yeah.
I have too. I had many failed businesses. I've had businesses that have done well, you know, and the same thing, you know, when I was starting out, I thought I just threw a website up there and people would just find it. Well, that's not the case.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen, you know, and it takes a myriad of things to help make that happen. And, you know, solopreneurs, people who are just doing it on a shoestring, are taxed. You know, they're just trying to make their payment or their office rent or whatever. And I understand that completely.
Right.
But you've got to do things smartly, or it's going to be the dream that died.
Yeah. I know a lot of, in Mountain Home, I've seen a lot of businesses come and go. That I never saw them on Facebook. I never saw any kind of marketing at all, you know. And I'm not saying that's the only way.
Sure.
But it gets attention. I mean, like you said earlier, that everyone's eyes are on social media now. They're on their phones. They're on their whatever. And you would think that would be the go-to. In fact, I get happy. Like, just recently, there's a restaurant in Mountain Home called Roberto's. And I actually saw where they were sharing. It wasn't even paid advertisement. They're just sharing a video of them making a burrito. That's the whole thing, was 5 seconds of them wrapping a burrito.
That's awesome.
And that's what I said. I was like, that's awesome. And I actually shared it because I want that business to make it. It's really great to have them in town.
Absolutely.
They've only been there for a little, I think less than a year now. And they just have, you know, it's a really good fast food place, you know. And I just want to see them make it.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of places I've seen in town, and I don't know how they're still there, because I don't ever see vehicles there, and I don't see them on social media. And so maybe they don't need it. Like, maybe it's just a hobby. I don't know. But it would be nice to be informed of what they do. Like, I shared a video with you. Go ahead.
I think those videos are great.
So,
I think
yeah.
I do. I think, you know, video is the way to go. If you don't have a video on your site, even if it's of making a burrito, I mean, you know, people want to know who you are. People want to see what you do. Yeah. You know, just telling them about it on your site, and maybe not even telling them that well.
Right.
Because you're great, you're fabulous, you've been around for 20 years, call me.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know, but show me, I mean, I'd love to see somebody making a burrito. I want to see where your hands are and how you do it and how...
And actually, that was something that popped in my head now that you mentioned that, was like, wow, it's actually pretty clean in there. You know, and they were behind...
Absolutely. Yeah. You're looking at things of that nature when you're, you know, I think that's awesome. More people should do that.
And I think, so back to what you were saying earlier about why are people not doing this and all that, is that they just don't, they have that fear of not knowing what to do.
Sure.
How do you take that first step?
To get a hold of, or they got ripped off.
Right.
They had a bad experience.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
You know, this guy took, you know, that's sad. And I understand that, you know, but, you know, my whole philosophy is get out of your head. You know what I mean? Get out of your head and work on what makes you happy. And if your business makes you happy, then let me, you know, I'm here to help you. You know?
And I get it. Like, that is something they have to do. Sometimes it's hard for them to do it, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
But that's why there's people like you and I will definitely bring someone on. Yeah, they can come sit in your seat if they want to do. You know, I would love to talk to as many businesses as possible. Not just businesses, anybody. It's really interesting that maybe has something to do with Mountain Home or Boise or wherever. You know, I think it'd be great. So, and then before we end, I actually did want to touch on, because I am a realtor. You recently bought a place.
I sold a place.
You sold a place, but you went the for sale by owner route.
I did.
And so how was that? And full disclosure, like,
sure,
it's fine. Like, you know, I'm a realtor, but it is nice to hear.
Well, you know, I don't want to toss anybody under the bridge or under the bus, but you know, the first realtor that we hired, I
Which wasn't me.
It wasn't Randy, and had I known. But
which is my fault, by the way.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you bought it before I was even an agent. Or you sold it. You sold it in August, right?
I sold it in August.
Okay, I didn't come an agent till September.
Yeah,
So.
That's right. So, with that said, the agent that we picked, I thought she was going to do some due diligence, and initially she did.
Right.
But the problem is that we got a lowball offer. Okay, and so. We had some investors come and give us an offer, and we almost took that offer just to be done with it. But at the same token, I had a gut feeling. I was like, I think we can do this better. Not that I was a real estate investor.
Right.
And so I understand. That I understand how that works. But at the time, dealing with my ex-husband at the time as well, we were amicable in the sale, and he, wanted to hold out, and so I had to honor that.
Right.
But when we got the lowball offer from the agent, representing the buyers at that time, she almost was upset that we weren't going to take it.
Right.
And so that right there led me to believe that it really wasn't about, and it was right before the holiday, so it was really not about her service to us. It was really about her making a sale.
Right.
And
we talked about earlier.
Exactly. Yeah. And doing it before the holiday because some personal things had come up. And that really just left a bad taste in my mouth, to be honest with you. So, I convinced, my ex-husband, let's just do the for sale by owner route.
Right.
So we did. We got on. We did forsalebywowner.com. We looked it up. We, ordered the signs. We did all that stuff. And really, within the first week of, I took great pictures.
Right.
Represented the house as best as possible. We got on. I put whereas I had put the house up for sale late in August of 2018. Yes, I had put the house up for sale 2018, August. Got an offer November of 2018.
Right.
Said no. Took the house off the market. Put it back on the market April, a little early, March, April of 2019. Got an offer May 2019.
Right.
And got like over 100 views in the first week on for sale by owner. And then that sale was contingent upon the person, the family selling their house in Meridian. And that took 3 months. So May, June, July, August was when we closed.
So did you have a lot of realtors calling you?
Had a lot of realtors calling. Had a lot of realtors coming by, dropping by, saying, we understand you're for sale by owner. Are you open to, and really wonderful people. Don't get me wrong. Some people even offered to sell our house for free just to show us that they were great people. And I love that spirit. But we were just committed to just doing it ourselves.
Right.
And so the buyer's agent, she even offered, because of the delay and such, to sell our, not charge us.
Right.
And we just said, no, you've been great. So we did reduce how much she did get, but we wanted to make sure she was at least compensated for finding the buyers of our home and waiting and working with us.
So the buyers had an agent, you just didn't?
Yes, the buyers had an agent, we didn't. And it turned out that her clients didn't pay her a dime.
Oh.
So we were the only income that she got from, that sale. And so I felt kind of good about that because she was really watching our backs as well as theirs.
Right. Well, I think that's good. Even though I am a realtor, and of course I would buy or sell, I can sell our house. I think it's good for people to know there is options. They can do however they want. We're just here to help out. And unfortunately, you didn't get the help that you probably were needing and deserving. But there are agents out there that
absolutely. There's great agents. You're my guy the next time
I appreciate that.
You're my guy the next time I go and buy anything.
Well, thank you. I really do.
Not an RV.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, give me a month. Maybe I'll start selling those too. No. I do know someone, though.
Okay.
It's on my
we'll
Facebook.
Talk later.
It's on my Facebook
Awesome.
that sells RVs.
Send him my way.
And I know it because he's always talking about selling RVs. And I'm just pointing out that that's the only reason, because I don't know this guy in person.
Sure.
He's a Facebook friend, and I know he sells a lot of RVs because he's always talking about it.
Nice.
So if I was to buy an RV, I'd probably go to this guy. And I think he's in, like, not even around here. He's in, so if you're going down to Smile, the 84, right here on the bottom corner before you start going up towards Idaho Falls.
Oh, you're going to ask me geography?
Oh, sorry. I thought maybe you knew that. It's a big town.
I'm also geographically impaired.
I want to say it's a college town.
American Falls?
No, past that.
Oh, jeez.
American Falls is like right by the tongue. That's like right in the middle of the Smile.
Blackfoot, is it?
No, before that. So in between those two.
Chubbuck, Blackfoot?
No, it's not Parma. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Pocatello? Pocatello, yes. Yes, and now I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, that's where he works. Yeah. I believe that's where he works, so.
Oh, I love your show, Randy. I love you.
I know.
Oh, where are we at?
We're almost at an hour, so maybe we should kill it here soon.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to want to watch this for an hour, do you think?
I don't know. I don't know if we'll get back to watching it for an hour. It's kidding. No, but I really appreciate you doing this.
Thank you for having me. I really love you. I love what you do. I love knowing that you're branched out into your real estate work and all that stuff. And
I'm still going to make another movie, though. We're still
okay.
I will be calling you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm like I said, I'm here for you, and I'm here for anybody else who wants to reach out.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. Well, thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you, Randy.
And, yeah, thank you. Bye.